guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we are back with the Kindle, and yes, I am still in my Kindle obsession era. So one thing I'd heard people talk about before I got my Kindle was Libby, but I didn't realize how stunning it was until I actually got my Kindle, and then obviously was starting to use it myself. So the really cool thing about Libby is that it's basically like an ebook version of a library. So I just went on the app, connected my library card to it, and then you have access to a bunch of different ebooks that you can then send to your Kindle. So usually when there's a book I want to read, first I'll look to see if it's on Kindle Unlimited, and then if it isn't, then I'll also pop over to Libby. You can just like literally search up any book. From what I can tell, the availability is dependent on your personal library, whichever your library you have your library card from. So you do need a library card, I think, to use it. It is funny because it's like it's an ebook, but it is still like you have to put it on hold and you borrow it for 2 weeks, and then other people will could also be in line waiting to read it as well. So it is very much like a actual book as well. So you'll just go into Libby, search a book that you're wanting to read. You can then place a hold, and then whenever it becomes available to you, you get a notification, and then you can download it and read it on your Kindle. And then you have 2 weeks to read it just like you would like a normal library book. But there is a hack that I have heard that you can put your Kindle on airplane mode if you need a bit longer than the 2 weeks, and it will still pass it along to the person that's waiting next after you. So that's good. Yeah, so I'd gone through kind of my like physical TBR because I'm just in such a Kindle moment right now that the books that I have physically, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to read them. So I went through, saw which ones were on there, if any were available. I think all of them I had to put on, like put a hold on for. It actually worked out perfectly for this video that 3 of my books came available for this next like 2 weeks, so that's perfect. I was thinking, oh, I'll just start this now and then have to film it over the rest of this month, but no, they literally all came in now, which is stunning. So we have 3 books now on loan. We have The Eights by Joanne Miller, Summer in the City by Alex Astor, and When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I actually do have 2 of them physically. I have Summer in the City, which is such a pretty book. I don't have any other like sprayed edges. This was my first, well, okay, except you can't even see it. Caraval, I have red spread edges, but for fantasy, this is my first like sprayed edges moment, and it's so cute. I just love the inside. Like, she did a stunning job on this. Like, so cute. I just finished a Kristen Hanna book from my last video, and if you've read any of her books, you know how heavy they are. So I'm so in the mood for a light romance. So this is gonna be like perfect. I'm definitely gonna read this one first, I think. And then the other one I had physically was When the Moon Hatched, and I've had this probably since like at least last summer, if not longer. But it's just such a big book that I never wanted to pick it up. I was like, this is gonna take me forever to get through it. And oh my gosh, it's 690 pages. I think this is the first book in a series, but this is the only one that's out so far. I've heard great things about it, so like I'm so excited to read it. I just knew this was never gonna happen. I was never gonna be able to pick this up and read it. And then I didn't have The Eights, and honestly that just came up on my, I was just scrolling through Libby seeing what was available and what was coming up, and that was what was on there. So I honestly don't even know anything about that one. Ooh, it's set in Oxford in 1920. Stunning. Oh, for the first time in its 1,000-year history, the world's most famous university has admitted female students. Oh my gosh, period. I like historical fiction way more than I ever thought I would. I feel like it actually does kind of eat. So, okay, yeah, this is historical fiction. British literature, perfect. I'm in the mood. Okay, I think that's what I think we'll do. Summer in the City, The Eights, and then we'll end off the week with When the Moon Hatched. I think that'll be a good plan. Me immediately being like, what the heck? Because there's a line that says, more like watching Netflix and some bratty shirt that once belonged to your college roommate's ex-boyfriend. A shirt you might have stolen in one of your weak moments because you kind of pined for him as much as you pined for that weekly pint of Ben & Jerry's. You swear you're only going to have a few scoops of, truly believing in your self-control, blah blah blah. You stole one of your ex-boyfriend's, no, you stole one of your college roommate's ex-boyfriend's shirts because you pined after him for a moment. Weird. That's weird. Oh, she's still friends with the college roommate. Cool, that's good. Like, it's giving such YN like a very good line. Next, like I'm literally on page 2, so like I'm not spoiling anything. The only way I let Penelope drag me away from the comfort of my foams like a cappuccino comforter was the promise that we would be there an hour tops, and that we would get fries at the place around the corner that sells them only after midnight. Of course she doesn't like going to the club. Of course she wants food. Like it's giving fanfic, but I'm here for it. That's just the energy I'm getting already. Y'all, this is this is actually so ridiculous already. You know, just when you're like, no one would actually say that in real life. That's the energy I'm getting. Guys, she quoted Taylor Swift. Don't show me, but I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Like, I'm literally still only on page 20. And like, she was at one point, she was running through the rain, and I quote, "Rain pummeling my head so thoroughly that my fancy silk hair tie becomes a victim to the storm and falls away, leaving me with long wet hair clinging to the side of my face." Fancy silk hair tie. I don't know why this book. It's just yeah. Guys, there's literally something on every single page. I want to keep stopping and telling you. Now on page 23. And of course, even though she doesn't work out, she doesn't go in the sun, she somehow still has a Pilates body. Yeah, of course she does. Like, it's just giving, I'm not like other girls. Megan. The fire alarm went off in their apartment. She's on the top floor, I think, which is 60 floors down from the stairs. Is it 6? I'm pretty sure it's 6th day. And after 3 flights, she's already wheezing, bent over, and she's holding a laptop. And the guy is like, "Here, do you want me to have the laptop? Because, you know, like, I can help carry that down." And she's like, "No, I can carry it." And then she says, "Absolutely cannot. The extra weight is making this descent unbearable." Girl, you can't walk downstairs and hold a laptop. That's actually insane. That's insane. Oh, she made it 10 more flights before she had to stop again. It's progress. Good thing there probably isn't an actual fire in this place, because, oh my gosh. Now, if it was going up the stairs, I'd be there with her. I would be 100% agreeing. I would not be able to walk up 60 flights of stairs, but going down them. And she's just unfit. It's not like she, like, you know, has health issues or anything like that. Like, don't get it twisted. Obviously, if that was the case, then duh, that would be hard. But she's just a normal person. She just doesn't work out. Hey guys, we're now 54% of the way through, and she still isn't insufferable as she was in the first chapter. Oh my gosh, it's horrendous. The guy's like a billionaire. So he's like, he does like, that's a good one, come on. So he does like sweet stuff for her, and like he'll buy her something. Obviously, it's crazy that like he could never buy somebody in real life because he's a billionaire. And she'll like freak out. Babes, let the man be cute. Let him do something nice for you. Oh my gosh. Yep. I hate to have to say I didn't love this book, but I just didn't love this book. Oh my gosh. It actually pains me because it's so cutie. I wanted to love it so much because of just how cutie patootie it is. But I just couldn't. I finished it last night, like right at midnight, and you guys saw my initial thoughts. They didn't really get much better. I feel like it is like a common theme in some romances where the MMC is just like, he is bending over backwards for this girl. And like, yes, she has like her reasonings why she's not being like super, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, yeah, he was throwing his money around a smidge. But also, like, Babes is a billionaire. So it's like, yes, as a normal person, you feel like outlandish with the thought of someone spending like thousands of dollars on you. But when you're a billionaire, that is like literally like $5 to them. It doesn't matter. Girl, it doesn't matter. And like, yes, he did. There was like some times where he would like buy stuff, and I can understand why she was upset. But again, she would just like storm off and then like stop talking to him, and then he would still be begging and pleading to be back with her. And I'm like, what the frick are we doing? I'm sorry, if a hot billionaire that was so insanely sweet was trying to talk to me, yeah, I would not be. It's always just the like, you can actually just be nice though. Like, I think it always comes down to, I feel like a lot of the times people make the female, the FMC, just like not a nice person. So it's like, okay, you don't want him buying you this stuff, or like, but like a thank you wouldn't go amiss. Like a thank you wouldn't go amiss. Oh my gosh, it just annoys me. It annoys me every time. Because I'm like, you can just be a nice person, okay? And they're always in love. They're always so in love with them. And I'm like, why are you so in love with her? She's actually trash. But anyways, so yeah, that was my thoughts on the book. I rated it a 3-star. Would I recommend? No, I wouldn't. But rating it like a 2 felt like way too low. Because like, if you go into it knowing that that's like the vibe it's gonna be, okay, fair enough. So how we all doing? How we doing? It is now Thursday? No, it's Friday. It's the weekend. I can't remember the last time I chatted to you guys, but I do know I started the 8s on Wednesday. I didn't read anything Thursday. We got up to page 87, which is 25% of the book, and I'm not loving it as much as I wanted to. Like, I wanted to love this. I'm just like in the mood for like historical old British movies and like books, and yeah, but so I was excited for this. I was like, this is perfect timing because I'm in this vibe right now. And this book just, so far it's not gripping me. So far we're just following the 4 girls that just got to Oxford, and yeah, it's the first year of women now being able to graduate with a degree at Oxford. Apparently they could study at Oxford before, but they just couldn't get awarded a degree. It's crazy. It's the era of the like the suffragettes. Suffragettes? I don't feel like I'm saying that right. But anyway, so like one of the girls' moms is a suffragette. Like, she's really rude to the daughter. So there's like a lot of sides to the different characters. And just like, yeah. So it's called the 8s because these 4 girls all live in the dorm building, or the, yeah, I think it's a dorm building because they each have their own room, called the 8s. They're all actually good friends. They're all very different, so you do have a lot of different like personalities and characters, which is fun. I was trying to think before this of like, what have I even like read, and like really couldn't tell you. So I'm hopeful that it's gonna keep getting better, so we'll see. I don't feel like, I don't have anything else to really say, so I might as well just be on Libby and then actually go update you when I've read more, and hopefully have more of someone to say. Hi guys, I haven't talked to you yet today. It is Saturday and we are having a very chill Saturday. It's been perfect. So last night before bed I read a little bit more of the 8s and I got up to 31%, which is page 107, and it just wasn't really giving. I was just so bored and it was putting me in a bit of a like slump, and I knew that like When the Moon Hatched, it's such a big book, and I was like, I just felt that looming over me that I was like, I really just want to start that. Decided to pause. I don't know if I'm gonna like DNF it. I feel like I don't have, I'm always like like it's only 3.5 hours left in the book, so I'm always like, oh, I can just read them, but we'll see. I'm gonna finish When the Moon Hatched and then reassess how I feel. Then this morning me and Laura went to the pool, and then I started When the Moon Hatched, and then we just came back, ate lunch, I showered, stuffed hands. That's why I'm looking a little funny. I always hate when I edit and I look not the best, and then but I still keep filming and I don't look the best, so here we are. So I started When the Moon Hatched, and I only read it at the pool, and we were only there for an hour, and I'm already up to 11%, page 62, and I'm liking it so far. I feel like I'm flying through it. I guess like 62 pages an hour isn't a ton. You jump straight into the story. Stuff is happening straight away. It's a fantasy. I don't know anything else about the plot besides like what I've read. I didn't read the back or anything like that. I just knew it was one of those like hyped books that people talk about a lot. It's your typical like girl assassin vibes. Seems like there's an evil king. It seems like she is like blood tied to this person, in like kind of the, I think they're like the rebels kind of vibe, and then she will often like do some for the rebels. So yeah, that's kind of what I opened up with. She was doing one of the like missions. Yeah, it was really interesting. So she met a man who I'm like, is he gonna be a love interest? Maybe. It's also about to storm outside, so the vibes are just like so cozy. I also have cozy British TV on right now. Stunning, the vibes, immaculate. Oh, I have some chocolate in the fridge. Oh my gosh, I'm about to go get that. So ears. He's in trouble because we just came home and there was stuff all over the floor. They had chewed up while we were gone. Hey everyone, it's now Sunday and I hit my head on the car door yesterday, so if you see that, ignore it. Thankfully, I don't think you can say that much. That's good. I ended up reading up to 34% yesterday of this book, which is page 187, and I'm really liking it so far. Could I tell you really what's happened? No. I do feel like it started out like right in the middle of a moment, as I told you guys, and then like stuff's still happening, but I do feel like we kind of like chilled out a smidge. I mean, not even really. Some sad stuff's already happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. And I was like already caring about the characters and like feeling bad stuff was happening, so that's a good sign. Hi guys, it's another rainy day here today. It's so cozy. It's Monday. I'm working remote again, so it's lunchtime right now. It's 12 and I've just been working away this morning. Kind of wrapped everything up for now, so that's good. Feeling good. My head still hurts. It actually looks worse today because I don't have makeup on now, or at least I had makeup on yesterday. You can actually see it. Yeah, it hurts. But anyways, I think I need to put my Kindle on airplane mode though, because one of my holds is about to go. I didn't read a ton more yesterday. I got up to page 212, which was 38% of When the Moon Hatched, and it's still going good right now. I'm still really enjoying it. I think I just ended up like going out with my sister yesterday and we watched a movie, and I didn't have as much like chill time in a way as I thought I would. I don't know, like I read, but yeah, I just felt like I wasn't like super in the mood to read, and then my head hurt. So I was like, I don't know, I was just feeling funky. And I was feeling good, like it was a good day. I'm having this like thought about reading, and just like I've been thinking a lot of like kind of my like attitude towards reading and like my thought process with it, and I think I can get very like stress myself out, or like I look at it like a to-do list, like, oh, I just need to finish this book, instead of just like reading for the enjoyment of life. Like I like reading, that's why I read, but I think I turn it so easily into this like, oh, I just need to finish this book, on to the next one. Like I think it's partly because of not having like a YouTube channel where I'm trying to post like consistent booktube content, and so in my mind I'm like, oh, okay, I want to upload once a week, so then I'm like, okay, I have a week to film each video, and most of my videos are reading vlogs, so then I'm like, and I feel like I should put at least like 3 books in a video, because I feel like just 2 is lame. I don't know where I'm pulling this from, but so then I'm like, okay, then each week I need to be reading like 3 books a week, but like that's crazy, and I feel like I'm burning myself out on reading, just because like, yeah, that's like not super sustainable with like, I don't know, like I know a lot of people, like everyone reads different amounts, so like some people might think that's like nothing, some people might think that's a ton, but I do like work full time, and I've just noticed I'm not like doing much outside of work besides like reading. And then like I feel like guilty if I'm not reading, which is actually ridiculous, because I'm like, oh, I need to finish these like 3 books this week so I can then do this video, but like that's stupid and not that big of a deal. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm gonna like kind of just like chillax more and read when I want to. Like I'm still gonna be reading probably like a little bit every day, but it doesn't have to be like singing. I was trying to think of another phrase besides like balls to the walls reading, but that's literally what came to my mind. Like we don't need to be going crazy with it. And to me, like 3 books a week every single week is crazy and not sustainable, so I need to like not think that that's like what I need to be doing. Yeah, then I feel like if I'm just like reading more for enjoyment instead of like trying to finish the books, one, that'll be better for the vids, like I'll just have more fun reading them. It'll be less like, oh, I need to read so much today, because I feel like I'm not even like, I'm enjoying the books I'm reading, but I just feel like I'm not even like taking them in, processing. I'm just jumping straight to the next, and I'm like, hey girl, let's like take a sec. and actually like think about what we're reading. I think also the vids, I need to like think of, I can do like little vlogs too, or like more like chill content, or yeah, I can just like upload a video. Like if it takes me like 2 weeks to read the 3 books for the bit, that's like fine. I don't have to like cram it all in. It's okay if I end up only posting like 2 to 3 videos a month instead of like 1 every single week. Yeah, I feel like I'll be better. Hey baby, I know. He's such a sweet boy. He's so sweet. Oh, he's hopping and popping because he's sitting on the balcony. It's fine. It's now Thursday, I think. Hey, hello. No, Wednesday, and we're what are you doing? Oh. I didn't end up reading anything yesterday, so that's why I didn't check in with you guys, but we're up to 52%, which is page 286. So the book, so interesting so far. Hey, he's like, who are you talking to? It's such an interesting vibe in the sense of like, we started out, like, as I said, she was like an assassin, she was on a mission, and then something happened, and it's just like the most random. I feel like the story is just so random, actually. Stop whining, I'm literally petting him. And it's like, it started out, as I said, with like her on a mission, and then something happened with the main guy. Like that was a little story then for a moment, and then now another like situation happened, and not once have I known where it was gonna go. And we're not really like focusing on the assassin part as much. Like she's not going on missions right now. Like the situation, if you've read the book, and the situation with, what was it? When she, I think it's like the fate teller, that whole situation and what happened with those people, so insanely random. On what the frick was my answer, was my thought the whole time reading that. I'm like, how do we get here and what is happening? So I'm curious to see like where it's gonna go. But the funny thing is I can't picture the guy character at all. I don't know why I can't picture him. In my head he's just a chunk of man when I'm reading about what's happening. Like literally a hulk of a man is all I'm picturing. I can't picture a face. He might not even be that massive, but like no, I'm literally picturing a non-green Hulk as the man in this story. And I feel like that's not right, but maybe it is. Actually uploaded my last video after I talked to you guys last about like saying about my content and like talking about like wanting to maybe do more vlogs and stuff like that. And I actually got a couple comments saying like, hey, can you do more vlogs? Can you show your life more outside of reading as well? Or like show how you like fit reading in to your like life as well. So I was like, ah, perfect timing guys, because yes, literally yes, I talked about that in this week. So I'm excited about that. I think that'll be good. It does already feel better, like a weight off my shoulders. Like I'm not rushing to finish the book. Like I can just pick it up and read it when I'm in the mood to read it, which is nice. So. We finished When the Moon Hatched. I ended up rating it 4-star because it was good. Do I think it was as good as I was hoping it would be? No, it wasn't. I was happy to finally read it, even though it is like 700 pages, something crazy like that. It didn't feel that long because the chapters were really short. It was quite easy to fly through. So I will say that if you're intimidated by the size, it didn't feel like I was reading a super long one. It could have been broken up into like part 1, part 2, part 3. I think that would have been good because there was like 3 different kind of chunks of the book that were like following different plots. And then, as I said, like the first one was very much about like her being an assassin, but that was like short-lived. It really wasn't like, yeah, she's a crazy assassin. She had like one mission that she went on in the beginning, and then she ended up having to stop, which is really early on, so now this isn't a spoiler. But she had to stop because someone was coming after her. I think I said this in an earlier update, but she was like kind of blood tied or something like that to like someone in the rebels, and we just like never touched on that again throughout the rest of the book. And I'm like homegirl disappeared, and I know that you think her owner or whatever that title was would be like, yo, where the heck is this girl? But no, it never came back up again. It is the first part of a series. I think it's going to be a duology. The next one doesn't come out until at least February. I think the dates are kind of shifting because all the Goodreads reviews on the second book were like October, oh my gosh, and then when I look now it says February. So there was one big like plot twist that I didn't see coming. I'm honestly shocked I didn't, but so that was like surprising and a cool like, you know, reveal. But the rest of it, like, there wasn't really that many questions answered in this one. If it is going to be duology, it feels like it's going to wrap up a lot more in the second, which it was giving me the vibes that it was going to wrap up in this one, and then, or like at least wrap up some of the storylines in this one. And then I was thinking like, oh, I wonder what they're going to talk about in the second one, because I feel like we could like easily wrap up the story in this one. But then I got to the end and it wasn't wrapped up, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I do think it, I don't know what obviously the second one's going to be like, so I don't want to say like, oh, I feel like it could have been a one book, but I do think they could have answered some of the kind of questions in this one more. I think if you like have been wanting to read it, cool, know that like the romance is quite like prevalent in it, which it does say a fast-paced fantasy romance. To be fair, okay, so that's on me. I thought it was just fantasy. I didn't realize it was a romantasy. I think if it had just been a fantasy, it would have been better than a romantasy because yeah, it was very much just focused on the love aspect of it. And I'm like, okay, queen, I thought you were an assassin and now you're like not doing that. And then I went to go finish the 8s because I'd finished When the Moon Hatched yesterday, so it was Saturday, now it's Sunday, so I was like, oh, I've still got the weekend, you know, I can then just finish the 8s, whatever. And then I was reading it and I was like, y'all know I was already bored with it, so I didn't really want to keep reading it, but I was like, I hate DNFing books, so I was like, I'll just get through it. And then just a couple chapters into me trying to keep reading it, there ended up being a Ouija board scene, and I was like, ah, perfect, we are DNFing this bad boy. I'm a Christian and I do not mess with the Ouija boards at all, so even in books, don't want them in there. So the second that came up, I was like, perfect excuse for me to DNF the book. Yeah. So yeah, that was DNF. Maybe it would have gotten better, I don't know. I think I was talking to my sister about this. I feel like we've just been watching a lot of movies, maybe some of the books I've been reading too are just like portraying men in like a icky way. Like there was just a lot of, yeah, like the book was like obviously based back in the day when there was just a lot of like, oh, men are smarter than women. They had some interactions with men that were not positive because of that mindset, and I just was kind of just, I'm sick of reading about that vibe, I think, recently. So yeah, I want some more positive men depictions in my books, which I think it's good to portray the bad as well. Do not get me wrong, that was realistic to the time period, so like valid, but I just know for the moment I'm in right now, I'm just not really feeling that vibe. It was very much like you're just following the characters in their first year of Oxford, and that sounds like an interesting plot, but for some reason just wasn't giving. So yeah, we cut our losses with that. Thankfully, yeah, it was a Libby book, so it didn't even matter. That is the stunning thing about, I don't mind putting these books on hold and trying them out, because then it's not like I spent any money on them, so if I don't end up reading it, it's no biggie at all. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for this week's video. I think next week I'm gonna do kind of a vlog moment, and we'll see how that is. But if you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.